Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Laura and Rick Williams are suing Paul and Michelle Garcia in the amount of $850. The co-plaintiffs claim their underage daughter went on a destructive rampage and say it's because she got drunk at the Garcia's home.
State your name, sir.
I'm Rick Williams.
Laura Williams.
Marcy Williams.
All right.
I'm Paul Garcia.
Michelle Garcia.
Okay.
Kayla Garcia.
All right, and Mr. Williams, you're suing Mr. Garcia, alleging that he owes $850 because your daughter got drunk over to their home. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, start with you.
Well, our sweet daughter came home intoxicated from the defendant's house. She vandalized our neighbor's garage and garden on the way
How
home.
so? Out of anger or something?
Yeah, she was intoxicated.
I know, everybody intoxicated.
There was a...
Don't talk over me. I was talking.
I do apologize.
Because you can't even explain why your daughter would tear things up just for... There's a lot of people that get drunk. Most of them go to sleep. They fall out. Mm-hmm. And you got some mean drunks who talk nasty to people and then they get into a fight. But I don't know of many drunks that go around and just when they're drunk just suddenly starts destroying things just randomly. Do you have any idea why she decided to vandalize the community?
I think she was, she doesn't drink a lot. I think she was scared. She didn't know where she was. She wandered home by herself intoxicated. And I'm assuming
How did she get there?
She walked a few blocks. They live a few blocks
to
away
the party.
from us.
So you're saying, what about her? Why did she walk back when in fact you had driven her there? Was there a purpose for driving her there? Because it should have been the opposite. Well, I guess you didn't expect, nor should they have been drinking, but it's usually the opposite. If there's a chance that they might be drinking, you pick them up as opposed to drop them off.
Right.
Get there the best way you can, girl. Then, yeah. But I'm gonna pick you up because I don't want you walking around drunk.
Well, we didn't know there was going to be alcohol at the house. We thought it was a simple...
Why did you drop her off?
Just because I was heading out. And I thought, you know what? I'll just drop you off on my way out to the grocery store.
All right. I didn't know whether it was an intentional, come on, let's go so I can drop you off. That's being a little more careful. And so that's why I'm wondering, if you were careful in the beginning, why weren't you more careful at the end?
Yeah. Well, we weren't...
So if it was a sleepover, why was she leaving?
Well, our daughter told us that they got into a fight, her and her friend asked her to leave. Well, pushed her out to leave. And so there was no parents to be found. She's intoxicated. And so she wandered home on her own.
And tell me about the damage she caused to the neighborhood.
Well, she stumbled onto our neighbor's yard. I'm assuming maybe she didn't quite know where she was.
What was the damage?
She damaged the garage door.
How?
By trying to open it. She broke the springs in it, pushing it up when it was locked. She cracked a window in their garage, and she tossed over a fountain which was in their garden.
And when you asked why she did that, what did she tell you?
She can't remember. She was intoxicated. We have never, ever seen her in this state before.
All right, and get some background from you guys.
Your Honor, these people are lying. As the father of the household, I'll tell you that this isn't the first time that their daughter comes over, and they have a little sleep together, and they never have any problems, right? And, you know, my daughter knows that as the rules of the house, there's no underage drinking. They respect, and they just have a good time, and, you know, we check on them here and there, you know?
Well, our daughter said you never checked on them once. They never even said hello.
What did the ages range from?
She don't even remember her name, come on.
Right. Remember? You make a good point.
Yeah.
She don't remember anything from that night, remember? You couldn't tell me what she did to the neighbor's garage or whether she remembered that. No, she doesn't remember that. Cracked the garage? No, doesn't remember that. Destroyed the neighbor's fountain? No, don't remember that. So let's not get her, let's keep that memory loss going.
Okay.
Go ahead, sir. Resume where you were.
Yeah, so like I was saying, so, you know, we always try to keep them together, to have their little friendship going on.
In the age range, that's what I was asking.
16, 17.
Okay, and how often did you expect them to check on 16-year-olds?
Well, to come in and say hello, maybe.
How often, ma'am?
3 or 4 times. That's
Over
what
the
I
course
would
of
do.
how many hours?
Well, 10 hours, I guess they're, hanging out,
Okay.
sleeping over.
They were there for 10 hours?
We
Was
were
that
there,
the
but we're not
intent?
babysitters. We're not there constantly over them. No.
But you were there in the house, obviously.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
We
Okay.
did check on them.
And you don't have to be at the house, quite frankly, unless they're staying overnight. They were staying overnight. That was the plan?
Yeah.
Okay, so at that point, you did need to be at the house for 16-year-olds. All right. What did occur? You say that you usually this and it's usually that, and what did occur this time?
They usually watch movies, respect the house, have a little good time. They get up the next morning, they go, and usually they pick them up. I don't know why they didn't this time, but that's another
You
case.
usually
Because
pick
your
them up?
daughter wasn't there. Your daughter kicked our daughter out of your house.
That's not true.
It is
Young
not
lady
true.
is over here speaking, so I want you guys, you got to stand up when you speak. And you too. I know you might be hung over today or something. Don't fall out in here. I was wondering why these young ladies are speaking, and then she starts speaking from her chair. Your Honor, it didn't happen like that.
Exactly.
You get up and do all that. She
That's
over there
unfair.
doing like that.
Still drunk.
Go ahead. And so, what did occur, as you say?
We have a game room where the TV's at. We have a bar there, and it's usually respected. We never had a problem before, and my daughter knows better. And I just went. Bottles were empty.
Where was the alcohol located in your home?
In the basement in the game room. And my daughter knows, and she's had other sleepovers, that they're not allowed to touch it, even if there's adults available.
But she broke the rules. It was touched. And can I just... So this happened all at night. They had an argument. They're supposedly in the house, did not hear the argument, which is baffling to me.
How many children were there?
Just the two of them.
Go ahead.
And then second, her daughter, if she's such a good girl, why didn't she go upstairs and get you
She didn't
when
say
they were
she was
having...
a good girl. I didn't hear everybody say that. You the one said that
Well-
about your daughter. So tell me, why did she get drunk and go and destroy other people's property? Your good daughter, your pure
what?
daughter.
Yeah.
See, remember, you didn't say that about her because you know she shouldn't have taken it. All she did was condemn his daughter, which is what he should do and what you should do too. All he did was condemn his daughter. She shouldn't have done it. She's told not to do it. She locked it up and they went in it. They shouldn't have X, Y, Z. You, the perfect daughter of mine. You see her, Your Honor. So she wouldn't
Your
do
Honor.
it better. She done got drunk and come destroy
She-
everything in the neighborhood.
She-
Go ahead, sir. What?
Your Honor, their perfect daughter got our daughter already suspended about 3 times.
No,
but I have a,
let me see that, please.
but I already
Oh,
have.
one time.
One.
One
But I
time.
have a
That's
report
one
of
time
one for sure.
suspension, not 3.
Well, that knocks the perfection off immediately, right? That first time that happened, she was
Yeah.
no longer perfect.
Yeah, no longer perfect. Yeah.
And this was in 22.
Good kids.
So she hadn't been
make
perfect in
mistakes.
nearly a year. And was that the first incident she had at school? She was suspended. Was this the first time?
No, this is her second time. But let me just say, Your Honor, please. Our daughter is in AP classes. She is a great student. She is friends with her teacher. She has a lot of friends at schools. Good kids make bad decisions.
I'm applauding her. But please don't destroy other people's property and get drunk anymore as a minor. All right, good kid? All right.
Yeah.
Anything else?
As parents, we take responsibility for the kids that are in our home. Right? If it's our kid or someone else's
Depending on the
kids. But
Depends on the age.
right, but we're
If a
still parents.
if my kids got 22 and they got other 22-year-olds, no, I'm not responsible for anything they do.
Right, they're adults, though. But
if I
they're
may,
adults.
yes.
And there's
We
such
got
thing
teenagers
called young
going on.
adults. You can leave young adults with candy, can't you? Can you have candy around and say
Sure.
don't eat the candy?
Sure.
Somebody gonna eat some of that candy. So yeah, you can't control what a child does.
I know, but we can be vigilant and watch our children and make sure that they try to make the right decision.
And you're
Responsible.
assuming that they didn't.
If it's our house, we want to be responsible for our
You
house.
assume they
And make
didn't do
sure-
their
I
best.
assume they didn't because our child wandered home by herself without them
Because
knowing.
your child illegally drank liquor. She wasn't drunk when she took the liquor down her throat. Your good child who's been suspended from school multiple times. This pure child that you talked about,
Right.
who's been once again suspended multiple times, drank that liquor herself. Wasn't drunk. when she grabbed that first one. So any excuse you have about why she drank the liquor fails because she drank it voluntarily. Did you force it down, or maybe you forced it down?
No, I didn't even drink because I
You
know
didn't drink.
No, I told her that we shouldn't, and she went on her TikTok live and she started making fun of me for refusing to drink with her.
Is that true, young lady?
Well, yes, we did.
Did you know that, parents? Good parents, you know that about your good girl? That she didn't even drink and that she went on live drunk?
That's her word against.
No, she's admitted. What are you talking about, her words?
On social media.
Ma'am, go. Bye. Your case is dismissed. Have a good day.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the co-defendants. The co-plaintiff's case has been dismissed.
With Judge Mathis.
Eli Lockfield is suing Joyce Jones in the amount of $421.20. Mr. Lockfield claims Miss Jones aggressively confronted him over her son's bad biology grade and says he broke his arm when he slipped trying to get away from her.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. May be seated. Both litigants been sworn in.
Thank you, sir. State your name.
Eli Lockfield.
Ma'am.
Joyce Jones.
All right, and sir, you're suing the defendant for $421.20, saying that she caused you to break your arm based on her behavior?
Yes, sir.
Start with you. Give me some background on how you know her and
Absolutely.
the nature of your friendship.
She is the mother of a student of mine. I'm a biology teacher of 15 years, and I have had her son, Max, in class. And ever since the beginning, Max has been nothing but trouble. He's not a great student.
You've had him how long?
I've just had him this year. And lots of interruptions in the classroom. I had to suspend him for swearing profusely. I've had to
Did you
take
speak with him before suspending him and trying to find out what the causes of his problems were? Or did you just kick him to the curb and say good luck?
No, I'm not kicking him to the curb and
No,
saying...
I said, what did you do? I'm not asking you what you're doing now. Clearly you did something because you're suing her. Y'all had a confrontation about the son.
Yes, sir.
And not discussions with a counselor, not discussions with a therapist. You 15-year-old, how old is the kid, ma'am?
16.
16-year-old, right. Bad behavior. Is it abnormal behavior?
In my classroom it is, yes.
All right, so that means he has some abnormal problems.
Yes.
And when a person has abnormal problems, you get them treatment. You don't throw them out. As you just said you did.
No, I
didn't. So go ahead. You did say that.
Well,
you said, I've had something there. I had to throw him out of my class. You did say that. Let me hear from you, ma'am. Let me hear from you. Go ahead. Give me some background.
Well, yes.
All he knows to do is to retaliate in a destructive way to a child that he acknowledges has problems.
Yes, my son has a
Privileged kids go to privileged kids go to Yale.
Yeah.
Other kids go to jail.
Yeah.
Or the
That's
counselor,
true, yes.
And then the others go to jail. Go ahead.
Yes, definitely. So my son is a bit of a troubled child. He had some issues. My sister passed away the beginning of last year. Just suddenly we lost her. She was like a second parent to my son. So it really affected him a lot.
He had trauma.
Yeah.
But we always hear now, all the excuses that we hear now about other folks.
Yeah,
Your child get the trauma, he's just a bad kid. He's just bad.
Well,
Something wrong with him.
I don't think he was doing anything too bad. You know, he has a little bit of a behavioral, some behavioral issues, and we've been working on that. My husband and I have been working on it, and I reached out to Mr. Lockfield.
What have you done to work on it?
When Mr. Lockfield tells me that my son's not listening in class, I will take his phone. I put him on punishment.
You haven't taken him to counseling?
Not yet.
You sound like a very sophisticated man. Listen to me, please. Listen to me. Why wouldn't you think to take a troubled child, your child, to counseling? That never dawned on you, sophisticated, structured husband in the house family?
It did, and we were talking about it. We just didn't get him there as of yet. But that is something.
Yeah. Instead, you come here getting sued because you put it on him. You make him the therapist. You make him the counselor. You make him the psychiatrist. And he's got to deal with it. And you've done nothing but come in here and laugh at your son's troubled ways. Let me hear from you, sir.
Not true.
I emailed her several times, anytime the child got in trouble, to let her...
Give me some of the examples.
Had to take his cell phone away twice. It's not allowed in my classroom, not allowed in the schools. Again, had to discipline him for swearing profusely, and just in general, he's just been in a lot of trouble. The inciting incident occurred when we were taking a test, and I informed the entire classroom they had to fill it out with the classic number 2 pencil for the Scantron, just like everybody has to, and he filled it out with a ballpoint pen. And therefore left me after class having to go through it and grade it myself when I could have been doing.
What were the responses? Give me another example, and then I'll ask you what were her responses.
Well, that was the main one, and I had to dock him points on the test.
So when you'd email her, I think you said you did it a couple of times. What was her response to your email, letting her know that you were having problems with her son?
She acknowledged it and said, thank you for passing that along, and I will do something about that, and nothing was ever done.
That's not true.
It's not true.
Tell me.
That's not true. I did email back, and I said, I'm sorry that my son's behavior is out of control right now. I wanted to try to set up like a meeting with the teacher. He didn't respond back to me. I kept emailing him. He kept ignoring me. He was very rude, and I just feel like he has something against my son, honestly.
Oh, show me evidence that he ignores you. Because he has evidence that he reached out to you.
Oh, I have my emails here.
Let's see it, please.
I have evidence. My evidence shows her reckless pursuit of me raising this child's grade by harassing me over and over again via
harassment,
email
asking you
and telephone
to change
call.
a grade.
What?
I don't think that's harassment, me just asking him to
change his grade.
It is
It was just
harassment after
1%.
I've
He
given
was-
you the answer, which I did in the email.
Wow, a lot of teachers a lot of parents want to hear about this. They want to know if that's something that is within the scope of education. Change that grade, teacher.
No,
Can I
Your
talk to
Honor,
you outside?
It wasn't like
Can I
just
talk
change
to you
the
a couple
grade.
minutes, sir? Mr. Lockfield, let me holler at you for a minute.
Your Honor, it was 1 point.
Do you think you can change my son's grade?
No. It wasn't a situation like that.
This between me and you. And what you suing her about for, sir?
I'm suing for medical costs after she...
Why are you rolling your eyes? I haven't done anything to you.
No,
Nobody's
I'm
done
not rolling
anything
my eyes
to
at
you.
you. I'm
have
rolling
failed
my
your
eyes, yeah.
son. Nobody's done anything to you. Go ahead, sir. I'm sorry.
It's okay. She pursued me after all the email and phone harassment to the point that I broke my arm.
Pursued you how?
Yeah,
She pursued me on foot violently.
That's not true.
She
Your
found
Honor.
out where I
Come
was,
on.
and she came in and harassed me in front of one of my students. And when I tried to get away from her because I had no more to say to her, and frankly I was a little bit frightened of her behavior, it was raining outside, she's chasing after me, and I fell and I broke my arm.
Where were y'all at?
We were at a coffee shop. I was
Give
tutoring.
me an example. You got to explain this a little bit.
I was tutoring a student, one of my
in
colleagues.
the coffee shop.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I saw her come in, and she embarrassed me in front of my student, and I got up in order to get away from her and just made an excuse and said I was going to the restroom, and then I hightailed it out the back door because I didn't want to have anything to do with this woman anymore. And she saw what I was doing out the window, ran after me, and as I'm going to the car, I slipped and fell because I was running from her.
Ma'am, did you come to the coffee shop where he was there?
I did come to the coffee shop,
All right.
yes.
What was he doing when you saw him?
He was finishing up with a student. He was tutoring a student.
All right. And you walked over to him?
I did.
What did you say?
I said, hello, Mr. Lockfield. And as soon as I said that, he just immediately grabbed his stuff and jumped up. And he said, I'm going to go to the restroom. I'll be right back. So I said, okay, I came to talk. So I'm standing there waiting, and then I see him go out the back door.
Had you requested to meet him there to talk with him?
I didn't know.
How did you know he was there?
Well, I frequently go to this
How
coffee
did you
shop.
know he was there?
I wasn't really sure. I saw him there
said,
before.
how did you know he was there?
I wasn't sure, sir. I saw him there
You
before.
just said I went there to talk to him. That's why I kept asking you that. You just said, I went there to talk to him, and so when I got there, he was tutoring, and I don't talk when I'm talking, just because the stuff you say is unreasonable and doesn't make sense. I'm sorry. Don't try to overtalk me once I display that is the case, and that is the case. You said you went there to talk to him, and you interrupted his tutoring session, stood over him while he was tutoring his child. He, just as you described, grabbed his things, and decided to leave. Exact same thing. You all described it the exact same way. So let's finish. What did you do then when he left?
When he left, I saw him going out the back door, and I called his name Mr. Lockfield. And then when he saw, he took off running, and then he just fell over and broke his arm.
You just said Mr. Lockfield?
I said, hey, Mr. Lock, because I didn't know where he was going. He's running. Why are you running from me? I'm just trying to talk. I didn't.
To avoid confrontation.
Okay, but I wasn't trying to be violent. I wasn't cursing at him.
You're trying to avoid confrontation, ma'am. You don't understand that when people walk away from confrontation?
I do. I was just trying to talk. All he had to say was...
And he didn't want to talk to you because you were confrontational.
I wasn't confrontational. I just asked...
Okay, you don't think you were. Okay. I believe you were. And my opinion counts the most. And you can look there, you can look there, and you can look there. And then look at me, and you'll find out why you have to pay, and you'll find out why I think you are failing your son. You and your husband are failing this 16-year-old child who is troubled. His teacher has told you on several occasions. You admit it. You say he's traumatized by a loss, yet you've gotten him no grief counseling. You've gotten him no type of counseling, no therapy, zero. And now you want to blame everything on him. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff. Bye.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $421.20.
What's your name, sir?
Tony Randolph.
Sir?
Alex Smart.
All right, and you are suing the defendant, sir, for $1,169.15 for a sofa bed?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, start with you.
So, we were living together in this apartment together for about 6 months, and we had a 1-year lease, and we knew each other for about 2 years going to college together at LAU. We were studying computer science and just trying to gain more knowledge to help ourselves and our families strive better. And as the years prolonged, we grew up a friendship and decided to move out from our parents' places and get our own space together.
Okay.
And then after a while of us being there, I realized that he was really just controlling, and he really wanted to control what I was doing.
How so? What was he doing?
I always just try to keep it calm and keep it simple and don't really do too much in the house. Not saying that I'll leave stuff messy, but I won't just do it right away. I'll give myself some time if I have other stuff to do, because I do work a part-time job. So
that is nasty. You nasty. Go ahead. So that's first thing.
I do have a part-time job, so I do sometimes just have to leave and run out and go to work.
You're lazy and nasty. That's what I got out of all that. Let me talk to him for a minute, and I'll get back. Sir, go ahead about his initiative.
Overall, I think he's just a slob, and he doesn't do what he needs to.
I'm talking about his energy level, and yeah, in terms of his responsibilities outside of cleaning. He says he likes to lay back and chill. Does that mean not pursue his outside responsibility?
More responsible and take care of his own stuff and do his fair share.
Okay, you keep talking about that. So let's move right along. Why are you suing him?
Because the day that we were supposed to move out, he decided to come take the sofa bed that we didn't agree on him taking. And
how much did it cost?
It cost us, I have the receipts right here actually.
Okay, let me see it please, Amir.
Here you go.
Go ahead.
So it cost us around $700 and some change.
So how do we get to $1,100?
Because he did end up breaking my arm after he took the couch out of the house.
You have your medical report where
I have
you broke
that as
your
well.
arm?
And I have the pharmacy bills.
Okay. So while you are arguing over the couch, y'all couldn't just agree that if we pay $700, then you give me $350 and it's yours, or the opposite?
So he came up to me and started discussing the sofa bed. He starts barking at me like how he usually does. He gets up in my face, and then our mutual friend came in between us and told us do a coin toss for it. So he's saying that he won the coin toss. I feel like they were basically trying to set me up. And the next day, as I'm getting my stuff and getting everything together, I'm moving in and out different things, I see him and somebody else come in the house trying to take the sofa bed out of the house. And I tell him to stop. So I'm like, yo, come here. And I grab him. And then he dropped the sofa. As he dropped the sofa, he come toward me, start getting in my face again. So I push him off me, and then I throw a punch at him. As I throw a punch at him, he grabbed my arm and snapped it.
He should have. You assaulted him. What are you talking about? How could you come in here and even assaulted him? You assaulted him. You swung on him. You pushed him and then swung on him. You're glad he only broke your arm. Back in the day, I'd have broke you in two as self-defense. All he did is exercise self-defense. And you went to the hospital. You won't hit him no more. You all gambled. That's illegal. I can't enforce your gamble. Flipping the coin, that's gambling. What state were you in? Could you flip a coin in the state you live? Well, I'm not enforcing that. Have a good day. Your claim is that I'll give you the couch, half of the couch. So what does that equal? Anybody know? Yeah, right.
Anybody
you don't
know?
either. Anybody know what? I know somebody got to know math in here, y'all. $725 divided by 2. All right.
My cell phone's
I'm
back
gonna give
there.
you the most since you did suffer the most injury. $740 is your judgment. You get the balance. Have a good day.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $740.
Any last words?
Should have never brought me here.
Head this way.
Jane Bauer is suing Christian Harris in the amount of $235. Ms. Bauer claims she let her friend borrow her car while she was out of town, but says he rudely left her gas tank empty, which left her stranded when she returned.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may be seated. Judge, both litigants have been sworn in.
Thank you, sir. State your name.
Hi, my name is Jane Bauer, and
Sir.
I'm Christian Harris.
All right, ma'am, you're suing the defendant for $235, saying your friend borrowed your car and intentionally left the gas tank empty.
Yes.
Start with you.
Your Honor, I tried to be a good friend and let Christian over here borrow my car because he doesn't have one. Well, I went out of town, and he dropped me off at the airport. When I got back, my car was on E. And he
And
left
you told him you was broke when you got back because you went on vacation. He said he should have known you were going to be broke, right?
Well, I didn't have to pay for anything on my vacation, but he
Well,
should.
why didn't you have gas money? Why are we here today?
Because who leaves somebody's car empty when they give you a full tank
Whatever.
of gas?
Did you run out of gas? What were your damages?
My damages were, I didn't have any gas in my car when I got to his house. How am I going to get home?
You couldn't make it to the gas station?
Yes, I did go to the gas station.
With the car?
Not with the car.
That's what I'm asking. The car wouldn't start at all?
It would not.
Okay.
It absolutely locked up.
Okay, go ahead.
I got back home from the airport on May 7th. When I got to his house, I pushed the start button, nothing.
Okay. So what happened there?
So at that point, I called Christian to let him know, like, why would you do this to me? It's midnight. I had a late flight. I'm tired. You gonna leave me stranded? He didn't answer the phone. So had to buy a jug that costs just as much as gas nowadays to fill it up. That's more money out of my pocket to get gas so I could go home.
Yeah, and that's why I was teasing with you, because I knew you had some money. You didn't spend all your money on vacation. You give me your side of what happened.
So I had borrowed a car. I've borrowed her car before. We've been friends for like 2 years, since college.
Just friends? Never dated?
Well, I kind of wanted that in the future, but, you know, she said...
That's out now.
Well, clearly that's out.
ahead.
So, you know, we've been, you know, studying together in college, and I did talk to her about potentially being in a relationship. She said after college, after we graduate. So I was like, okay.
So I would think about it.
Okay, so I had borrowed a car before, so this time she said she was going out of town, and she said she needed someone to drive her to the airport, and she also said that I can drive her car around. She, you know, she lended that. She wanted to be a good friend, so I appreciate it. So I drove her, and you know, to the airport, and I drove her car around. You know, I went to, you know, San Diego. I did go to San Diego. I did hang out with my friends. So I had seen the day before she came back.
Now, where were you living in Los Angeles?
Los
when you
Angeles.
borrowed
Yes,
a
I live
car
in
and
Los
you
Angeles.
went to another city?
It is
Did you
2
ask
hours
her,
now.
could you do that, or did you inform her? Did you get
I mean, I've used it before. I did tell her. I did tell her that I was going to drive
you were
around
going
a
to
few
San
places.
Diego,
Around.
out of town. Did you tell her you were going out of town with her?
I didn't specifically say
All
San
right,
Diego.
well, you should have. Go ahead. What else?
And so I seen the day before that she's on vacation with my homie. She's on vacation with my homie. They're hugged up on Instagram stories. She's having a hot girl summer. She's just having a good time. I'm like, what? Are you serious? So I had, parked my car at my house, and I put.
You got mad.
I got pissed off. I was mad.
You couldn't get it, and he did.
I mean, hey, she could at least told me
to get a vacation.
She could at least told me she was going on vacation.
I told you I was going on vacation.
But who was she going with? She didn't tell me. You didn't tell me you were going with my homie. She didn't say that
y'all
part.
weren't dating. She didn't have a reason to tell you anything.
Not my daddy.
You were wishing that y'all were dating. That wish hadn't come true yet.
Well, she can at least, but she told me everything else. But she forgot to tell me this.
You think I?
She forgot to tell me that she was going out with my homie, and I put gas in her car actually right before I left. I did put
right
$10.
before you went to San Diego. How long you?
No, I said right
think
before
that was gonna last.
Well, I thought it was good on gas. It was supposed to be good on gas. I did put it in before I left because I said I saw it on Instagram. So I left. I put my car keys right in the mail.
Her car keys.
Thank you.
Her car keys. I put it at my house, and I texted her and I said, you know what? I'm going out to have my fun. Right before, and I left her cards. I did put $10. I do have evidence,
What do you mean? I'm going out to have my fun. Like that's supposed to hurt her or affect her. She didn't want you. She didn't show you who she wanted.
And I seen that
I'm
on
going out to have my fun.
And I saw
like that's gonna hurt her. She cared that much about you when she went out with your buddy. When she went out of town with him, she didn't just go out with him. She went out of town. They only had one room too, buddy, and they were drinking and having fun all night.
And
Give him some tissue. He about to break out crying. Now,
I'm good. I'm good.
all right. He say good.
I take just in case.
Just in case. Had no duty to spare your feelings if you all weren't involved with each other. And sparing your feelings might have been to lie about who she was with or try and deceive. She told you when you saw it on Instagram, talking about she never told me it was my homie. Yes, she did. She told you and all of her followers.
She did.
That she was with your homie.
She did.
All night. And it was right.
I don't want to think about that.
I don't want to think about that.
So I left my keys at my house and I went on to have my
keys.
fun. I did. I put $10 in the
Her
gas tank.
keys. You keep saying it was her keys. There's nothing about her that's yours. She's not your woman. She don't want you. The car's not hers. You keep saying the key or my keys. Mine, no mine, nothing. They're her keys. There's nothing about her that's mine. Those words don't come out in the same frame of reference.
Yes, sir.
Now it relate to her.
Yes, sir.
She belong to your buddy now. Your buddy is hers. Women ain't nobody's man, but men are women's women. Or men are women's men. So, that's her man. You talk to him about it?
We had a conversation about it.
What'd he say?
Same thing. He was just straight up disrespectful, so I cut them both off.
Disrespectful how?
Yeah, after you.
Because they could have told me before they left, before they went out to.
He could have told you. Your buddy could have told you.
I just felt like if we were best friends also, but she could at least tell me too. We talked about everything. We went to school together. We talked every day. Now, specifically, you didn't tell me that you were going out with my friend. The one I introduced them.
But she wasn't going out with you, so what's the problem?
We kind of knew what the situation was. We knew what the situation was.
The situation was. What did you know about the situation?
I mean, we had a conversation right before talking about graduation. We hung out every day. If you hang out with somebody every single day, you text all the time.
I hang out with my friends all the time.
Yeah, so do
but we was different.
I hang out with my children. I hang out with the workers here all day.
Yeah, but you don't kiss your friends.
Boy.
He wanted to go on the trip, but he didn't want to pay.
Now you done figured it out. Amir figured it out. That's why she had to go with your boy, because you couldn't take it. And that was actually, sounds like a defining moment in the relationship. Well, I gotta go with who can treat me like the lady that I deserve to be treated, and I can't even go on a vacation with him without paying for it. How's your financial situation?
I work now. I work now.
All right. Over the course of your friendship, after college, how much have you worked?
I've worked this year. I got a job this year.
All right. So what do you say about his financial situation? I'm pursuing the line of questioning that Amir has put in my mind now, and that is you didn't want to go out with him because he didn't have enough money for you, so you went with his buddy who did have the money.
Well, she brought it up first. She said there was all expenses paid in the beginning. So.
It was.
Yeah, I missed that altogether.
Who's going to say no
you,
to
son.
that? Who's going to say no to an all-expense trip? Not me. And he should know that. Being my friend, or was my friend, you should know that. But since you have money...
How many rooms did y'all have?
There was one room, Your Honor.
Double bed?
One bed.
Don't do that to him. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
It's cool, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool.
I'm sorry.
You want to use your tissue?
I'm good.
You say you want to see pictures? What'd you just say?
Another tissue, another tissue.
Oh, another tissue. I said, you ain't that cold.
She
I
is.
know you
She
cold,
is.
but
She
you
is.
ain't
She is,
that
Your
cold.
Honor.
My goodness. She that cold?
She is.
Now, I'm starting to believe him now. So what'd he do to you? You got nerve to sue him after what you done did to this man.
Your Honor, I just want my money back.
For what? Money for what?
Money for the ride share that I shouldn't have had to take because the whole deal was you dropped me in and off the airport. I want money for the jug. I want money for the gas. And I want money for the gas I had to fill up to even get home. Because when you put it in that jug, you don't get all the way home with it. And I have every piece of receipts, including the $60 that I put in premium gas, for him to use. So at least I
Let me
could have
see
got
it,
that
please,
back.
Amir. Man, you come on over here. You don't need to be hanging over there too long, get no ideas. You ain't-
Exactly.
You don't have enough money for her?
I sure do not.
All right, you got the receipts. Sir, the law is that you return the car in the same condition in which you took it.
But she never told me that. I used a
You
car
don't
before.
have to tell you. Who has to tell you? That's common
Thank
courtesy.
you.
And that's where the law comes from in many instances. That's why they call it. It began as common law.
went
That's
to
why
college, right?
they developed that form of law in Great Britain, because the basis of it is common sense. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $235.
Jim Schuster. Go ahead, though. I'll let you finish.
Okay, so they were sorority sisters. The relationship, it was off and on. So to a point, it ended. And probably like 2 years later, me and her, we still had a friendship. So we kind of got more into that.
Okay, you put 2 years between it. All right.
So it wasn't like really rushed into it. So
Got it.
I got to know her. We became good friends, and then it became more than that. We were together for a long time. I'm a big sneaker person. I have this big collection of sneakers. So this one
How
day,
many pair?
about 60 to 80.
60 to 80?
Yes, sir. So there was one day, my boys hit me up. They wanted to go out to a hookah lounge. And I was down for it. I told her about it. She was cool with it. I was wearing these shoes. And
How long had you all been dating at that time?
I want to say roughly 9 months.
All right, let me get some background from you. He won't tell me anything. How long, when did you all start living together?
So
and he
you
skipped
see what I
over
had
that.
to deal with in the relationship.
Yeah.
So we were dating for about 6 months and everything was going good, and we wanted to move on to the next step. So the plaintiff here decided that he wanted to move in with me. And we would split the bills 50-50, and that was okay with the both of us, So things were going good for about 3 months. We have mutual friends, and we went to a game night one night, and it was going good. We were playing games with, mutual friends, genuine fun. So this one game, it was a card game, like a truth or drink game, and he picked up a certain
How
card.
months into living with each other did this happen?
Oh, after 3 months of living together,
Okay,
Your
I'm
Honor,
sorry, I
yes.
may have missed that. So
I'm sorry, yes.
on the
After 3
card
months
game,
of living together, we ended up at a game night with one of our mutual friends, and we began playing a drink or truth game. And he pulled out a certain card, Your Honor, that said, "What was the best gift that you ever received?" So me being his current girlfriend, I just knew that he was going to bring up the watch that I had recently purchased him, being the best gift that he ever got. And he said a pair of shoes from an ex-friend, but he didn't say an ex-girlfriend, an ex-friend. I understood that his ex-friend was my soror So I noted that and duly noted, and
What sorority you in?
Delta Beta Phi, Your Honor. I'm sorry. So I waited until we got in the car, and I let him know how I felt that it was disrespectful for him to not only say that that was the best gift that he ever received, but to still have something that his ex-girlfriend gave to him while he was with me, Your Honor.
Now he can have it. You know what? You think the man should burn it just because his ex-girlfriend gave it to him?
Maybe not burn it, but get rid of it at least.
Well, just put it away from
Or
you.
put it away. Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
At least so, and not in my face, and don't bring up in front of our whole friend group.
You're right.
You know, just more of like, you know.
You're right. My former right-hand man in Chicago when we were there, love him to death. Probably shouldn't tell his business, but when he got married, and might be the right thing to do. When he was a bachelor, so when he's got married, his wife made him change the entire bedroom suit. And you got to change everything.
Rightfully so.
Did you have anybody sitting on this couch? Get a new couch too.
And I understand exactly where she's coming from, Your Honor. So
all right.
I
So
understand.
with you, it was only gym shoes.
And the gym shoes was enough for me. So yes. And I just, I let him know that I was uncomfortable with him having the gym shoes, and I asked him if he can throw them away. I confronted him about the shoes, and I let him know that I wasn't comfortable with him going out in the shoes, let alone even wearing or owning the shoes. And he didn't understand my side, and he just kind of brushed it off and walked off mid-argument, which to me was disrespectful. But that was that, and I waited up for him until 2 a.m. to come home. Because the only reason I waited up, Your Honor, I was calling him and texting him. He wasn't replying. I don't expect you to drop your whole entire night that you're doing with your friends, but if I'm reaching out to you, respond to me, because he would expect the same from me, just as a common courtesy. So he came home, and I was laying on the couch, and he just tried to creep past me, Your Honor.
Get them shoes on, doctor.
The shoes creeped past me. So I noticed the shoes before I noticed anything, Your Honor. And
Sir, why didn't you know to leave the shoes in the car even if you had to walk in barefoot? Go ahead, ma'am.
Because he doesn't think that much, Your Honor.
Sir, I wasn't trying to get my socks dirty. It was raining that night.
Okay, so instead of getting your socks dirty, you lose your woman.
I didn't think the shoes were like that big of a deal.
Oh, she didn't tell you? She's lying to me today?
She didn't say anything beforehand.
She ain't say any of what she's saying today to you?
Not beforehand, until she saw the shoes, yes, sir.
Yeah, and then you kept wearing them.
I like the shoes. They look good on me.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You like the shoes better than them. Better than her, right? How do they feel?
Exactly.
How do the shoes feel?
They
feel good?
They feel great. But the thing is, she knows.
Does it give you ecstasy?
Nah,
it gives me something, Your Honor.
All right then. But you love them more than you love her. Something going on with them shoes.
Not necessarily, Your Honor.
It gives him something, Your Honor. So,
yeah, did you put something in it or something? I don't know. Did she throw some mojo in the shoes?
He's holding on to something with the shoes. I'm not sure what it is, but
Honor,
he doesn't want to let the shoes go.
The reason I kept the shoes was because she knows I look good in them. She knows I look good because every time I put them on, she would look at me like this. And I just feel that she's very insecure because the very first time that something has happened, it's been with the previous girl. Oh, who is this texting you? It's a friend from work. So a coworker's texting me, who's this? Who's this? So then a shoe incident happens. And she's like, where'd you get these shoes from? Another insecurity. She's like, who bought these? Where'd you get them from? Why do you have them in my house? First of all, this is our house. This isn't your house. We both split the bills. So
didn't you move in with her?
Exactly.
I moved in with her. But
you just split the bills. It ain't your house. You just split the bill.
He could have been paying all
You just happen to have enough money to pay half of the bill. That is her place. You confused all the way.
Thank you, Your
How
Honor.
old are you, young man?
I'm 28.
Okay, yeah, you got a long way, a lot to learn. That's what's happening here, man.
Yes,
It's just
Your Honor, I
hasn't,
understand now.
achieved the maturity to understand the ins and outs of a relationship. And he thinks that he owns your place once he moves in. He thinks that he can wear gym shoes that you affiliate with another woman, and even though it hurts your feelings, so what? I'm going to wear them anyway, and I'm going to keep my woman. Nope, you lost her.
There's no attachment to the shoes at all.
Why'd you keep wearing them when she felt it was disrespectful toward her then? Why did you keep doing that?
I just didn't think it was a big deal.
She
like
told
that.
you it was. What is the matter with you? She said she told you over and over.
But the thing is, I knew that she liked them on me, so it's like, if you like them on me,
She's
why are
told you don't wear them. I don't like them. Please, you're disrespecting me. You're hurting me. I'm your girlfriend. I don't like it. It makes me feel bad. And instead, I'm gonna wear these shoes, and she ain't going nowhere.
Exactly.
Gone. What you suing her about, sir?
I'm suing her because I told her no about getting rid of my shoes. And she went behind my back. She sold them for only
sold them for how much?
For $200, sir. The shoes were $1,374. If you're gonna sell the shoes and do that anyway, I would expect you get the amount that was paid for the shoes, regardless if I paid for it or not. If you're gonna do that, get the money back, and then we use that money to go do something else or get a new pair of shoes.
No, do something else. She don't want to be bothered with you no more. What are you talking about? Do something else. There was nothing else to do. When you chose shoes over her, that was over. I don't know if you know it or not. Yeah, you're not emotionally ready for that. He still thinks that he could have kept you after all of that. All right, good enough. Tell me about the shoes. What happened?
So, Your Honor, what he forgot to tell you was the night that he came home and tried to creep past me and sneak across me so I wouldn't see the shoes, he told me, if you want the shoes gone that bad, they're gone. In front of my eyes, he took the shoes off, put them in the box, and put the box in the garbage can outside. So
did you do that?
I did.
So from there, we thought that
thrown them away. You had disowned them.
Exactly.
You owe him a dime. You had disowned them. You threw them away. You didn't want them anymore. So whatever she did with it wasn't yours anymore. It was the garbage. Have a good day. Your claim is dismissed.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been dismissed.
This court with Judge Mathis.
Samantha Burgess is suing John Matson in the amount of $1,516. Miss Burgess claims her boyfriend offered to pay for a birthday getaway with her girlfriends and says she was stuck with the bill after he canceled his credit card.
State your name.
Samantha Burgess, Your Honor.
Sir?
John Matson.
All right, and ma'am, you're suing the defendant for $1,516, alleging he owes this money for leaving you and your friends stranded?
That is correct, Your
right.
Honor.
Let's start with you.
He was my boyfriend. He is now my ex. We were together for 2 years.
2 years?
Yes,
okay.
Your Honor. And so we agreed to go on a birthday trip, which he canceled last minute and said that I could take my girlfriends with me. So we went to San Diego, and after we got to the airport, we went to a Mexican restaurant for brunch, which when I tried to pay with the credit card that he gave me, the credit card was declined. So I tried to call him, and when I spoke to him, he completely lost it with me. And I got an email saying that the Airbnb at which we were going to stay was canceled as well. So I had to buy a new hotel, pay for our hotel, and cover all the costs, which was really difficult and inconvenient for me.
Okay. Let me hear from you, sir.
Yes, of course, I agreed that I'll pay for her trip to San Diego. I don't have a problem with that. Like, I'm a man. It's her birthday. Well, I was in my meeting, very important meeting, couldn't come to the phone when she was blowing me up. Well, afterwards, when I was done, she calls me drunk. I could barely understand what she was saying, except she was only screaming and like...
You're saying your card was canceled. What happened to that card? That's what I want to hear about.
I canceled it.
Why?
Well, when you're in the meeting and all of a sudden you get out of nowhere a $600 bill, well, I had to cancel it because I don't know what it is.
What were you expecting her to spend? You gave her permission to use your card,
Correct,
obviously.
I did.
And what was the permit? What was it to entail?
Well, we didn't really have a limit, but I assumed it would be about maybe $200 max. It's a brunch. It's not a freaking dinner plus takeout.
And you backed out. You were supposed to go anyhow, right?
Say again?
You were supposed to go and you backed out.
From the trip, yes, I did.
You backed out?
Correct.
That's what I'm
I did
referring
back
to.
out, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And gave her your card?
I did, yeah.
And you thought she was going to spend the minimum?
The money isn't the problem.
Okay. What is?
The call was the problem that I got from her.
Okay.
Like she calls me drunk, cussing me out, bringing our private stuff in front of everybody in the restaurant and her girlfriends, insulting me over the phone while my headspace is in the...
How long has she been doing this?
Well...
How frequently?
Well, every other week.
Okay, you should have been done.
Yeah,
2 years.
Of course.
All right. And this is the reason you all broke up, was over this?
Yeah.
All right, ma'am. Do you want to refute the fact that every other week you call drunk?
Your Honor, I am working on regulating myself and I'm working on my own problems, but he told me that it's okay, that we're a work in progress. So I feel like he just reacted to impulse. He overreacted. You know, when you're...
Yeah, but not when you do that in front of everyone.
I agree that
And
I
work in
said some
progress
things
is when
that I didn't
something
mean.
is getting
Let
better.
me see your receipts, ma'am. Let me see that, please, Andrew.
The receipts. This is for...
Yes, sir. You was just retaliating with anger because of the way she sounded. Like you said, that 600 didn't mean that much. You were just mad, and you were going to retaliate because of the way she's talking. Call you drunk. You trying to do a meeting. You trying to get some more money, and she keep calling you over and over about spending your money. And so, yeah, I'm gonna cut this off real quick. This ain't gonna happen no more. That's what you said to yourself. But you can't go back on that agreement that you made when you gave her that credit card. And as you said, you didn't specify a specific amount. So as such, she did nothing wrong, and she is entitled to the $1,516 that she spent that you had agreed to compensate her for. Have a good day. That's my judgment.
All rise. Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $1,516.
Good luck with your next girlfriend.
$1,500 is worth to get rid of you.
You had your day in court. Step this way, please. Make sure you grab all of your belongings.
Charles Marks is suing Nancy Flint in the amount of $800. Mr. Marks claims his pup got injured when his sister was dog sitting and says she's responsible for the vet bill since she didn't follow his directions.
State your name, sir.
My name is Charles Marks, Your Honor.
Ma'am?
Nancy Flint, Your Honor.
All right, and sir, you're suing Miss Flint for $800 alleging your sister gave your dog a bone that almost killed him?
That's correct.
All right, start with you.
Right, so we exchange. I watch her dog, she watches my dog. I gave her very specific, just the top 7 rules that she should follow watching the dog. And rule number 1 was do not allow Freddie to have any hard bones. And I had a big bill of $800, and I feel that since she neglected, she should have to pay for that.
Okay, I have no idea what happened. So why don't you tell me what happened with the dog and the bone? He just talked about what he feel. What happened?
Well, Your Honor, I have no idea what happened.
What was the agreement?
The agreement was I watch Charles's dog while he's on a conference, 3 days. Charles...
Did he pay you? Was he paying you?
No, he did not pay
Volunteer.
me. I volunteered. Charles presents me with this vet bill for $800 and tells me that somehow his dog acquired a bone that got lodged in the cheek. The dog choked, and this is now my responsibility.
So the first you learned of it is when he gave you a vet bill. You had not heard anything prior to that.
Precisely.
After he picked his dog up, did he give you the vet bill?
2-3 days later, I will say, full disclosure, Your Honor, he said when he picked up the dog that the dog was lethargic. I did notice a little tiredness, but the dog had been playing with my dog, Rosie. I thought it was a result of the play.
You just told me you hadn't heard anything until he sent you the bill. Now you're backing away.
Well,
and to be honest, suddenly you decide you want to be honest.
This is what I grew up with. This was my sister,
to be honest, I did know a little, because he even told me, look at my dog. And it did seem a lot. When I first asked you, no, didn't know anything about it. Just came from outer space and dropped it on me.
Your Honor, there's a lot more history to this.
Let me hear from you, sir. What happened when you picked the dog up? Did you notice anything wrong?
Well, I noticed that he was still wearing the same outfit from day 1. This was day 3.
I'm not talking about how sharp he was. I see you
but the rules were supposed to change.
Don't you raise your voice at me.
Okay. So I picked the dog up, put him in his car seat, and I'm driving, and he usually does this little, kind of like a singing type thing, and I noticed he wasn't doing it.
He wasn't singing?
He just kind of like goes.
I don't mean to laugh,
no,
sir.
certain thing, but he does. It's like because I'll mimic. I'll make a sound and he'll mimic it. I'll make a sound and he'll mimic it. It's really cute. But he wasn't doing that, so I thought something was wrong. So I took him immediately to the vet, and he goes right back in X-ray, surgery, catheter, all this stuff, and it turns out there is a bone like stuck in his jaw.
But the question is, because it makes a big difference, and I guess you all don't know it makes a big difference, and that's why I'm not getting the information, and that is, did you say anything to her within the time frame of perhaps a couple of hours of picking your dog?
The vet office, and the machine picked up. I left a message. I said everything, and I never heard from her. I got the bill 2 days later. It was $800, and if I was to hurt her dog or something, I would just pay for the whole thing. I would take responsibility. Her whole life, growing up, she's never taken responsibility for anything, and it's just the same thing. I even pay for half or something. She has offered nothing, and she is just denying the whole thing.
I was very clear about what I needed to make a decision. I asked 3 times. Neither of you have given me that answer of from the time that you picked the dog up. Did you speak with her about what you were seeing? No. Your response after I asked you 3 times was that you talked to her after you went to the vet. That's what you keep saying. That being the case, I don't know if it happened after she left your house. Next time you'll answer questions, your claim is dismissed. I don't know if it happened at her house, because all we know is that you didn't say anything to her until you got the vet bill. I asked you over and over. When did you mention? No, I asked you over and over. Claim dismissed. Have a good day. Answering judge's question, else you don't win.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's case has been dismissed.
I'm sorry. Let's put this behind us. The judge ruled, and let's just Oh my God.
We'll talk about it later.
Oh, this was.
Allie and Craig Braden are suing Mary Ann Braden in the amount of $900. Ms. Braden claims her mother-in-law is difficult and says the defendant broke her mother's crystal after she came to their home uninvited.
State your name.
My name is Ali Braden.
My name is Craig Braden, Your Honor.
Ma'am?
I'm Mary Ann Braden.
All right. And you all are suing the defendant for $900 for items broken when she entered your home unannounced and knocked over a shelving unit?
Yes, Your Honor.
Start with you all.
So, my name is Ali Braden. I'm suing my mother-in-law because she trespassed into our home.
How long have you all been married?
5.
5.
Amazing years, Your Honor.
All right. So, ma'am, what do you say about their relationships? They say 5 years has been amazing.
You know, my son seems to really love her, but I think she needs to do a little better.
What's your approach toward that? Because they're suing you for coming in and they alleged unannounced and did knock.
Well, and first of all, I did not go in uninvited. My son told me when they were going to be gone, and that's an invitation, as far as I'm concerned.
You could be crooked.
Me?
Yeah.
I didn't know that she was coming unannounced because I told her very clearly that I don't want her around because she's so negative and I don't want that negativity around the kids. And so
when you
this is
told your
news to me.
husband, what did he say?
I said we were going to talk about it, Your Honor.
How long ago was that, ma'am?
It's been a few months, actually.
And you haven't talked about it yet?
No.
It's not important enough for you to talk about it? All right, I'm going to go with you. It's sad, isn't it? Is this
Yes,
what
it
you
is.
have to deal with? They have no clue about their own relationship?
Well, because I think my son needs to, on his own, grow a pair.
Describe what she did to damage the property.
Well, we went to a date for our anniversary. This was at 6 p.m. We hired a high school girl that lives around the block to babysit our children. And we walk in, we see her in the couch sleeping, and then we see the shelf all fallen down. There is the coffee machine on the counter, and then the sentimental items that my mom gave us before she passed away, they were on the trash, broken. So I want her to pay for that. I'm sick of it.
She admitted to doing it.
Well, she got there an hour after we left, so she just told the babysitter, you can go. And then that's when that happened.
How old are your
She
children?
admitted that.
How she admitted doing it? That's what I'm asking you. Did she?
Yeah.
All right, ma'am. You admitted knocking over the shelf and causing damage?
Well, the shelf was just a ladder leaned up against the wall, and it got in my way because I was dancing in the kitchen.
Dancing by yourself?
Well, yes.
You had that nip, doctor.
Yes,
I gotta say, you
that's
like
right.
your nip every now
I
and then. Go ahead.
And
did you have your nip in your hand?
well, and I was just moving around a little bit.
Hey,
And the shelf is like it's
there
suddenly
was nobody there. You just dancing to yourself. All right, go ahead.
Absolutely.
Keep yourself happy. That's right. And what happened with the shelf, you
Well,
say?
this little shelf was just barely leaning against the wall, and it had all these crystal glassware and coffee makers, and it just didn't really seem like it was done the right way. And, you know, this stuff...
Her crystal was in your way.
It was.
So you got to knock her crystal out the way. That's right.
And it was,
no
you know,
crystal in
it's
her
on
way.
the
She got the
floor.
damn time you knocked over the shelf.
I did.
So you got to pay for the damage. What's the damage?
So the glassware that my mom gave us before she passed away, I have the evidence.
Let me see it,
right here.
please. Yeah, you broke the young lady's sentimental property.
Well, it just looked like cheap tchotchkes.
Nah, I'm gonna hit you with some emotional distress. You talk like that. What did she say it looked like, ma'am?
Cheap tchotchkes.
And this is from whom?
My mother that passed away.
Ma'am, and you knew that. So I'm going to throw another $600 on to your $900 claim for the emotional distress and the contempt that she committed here in court. And your judgment, therefore, is $1,500. Good luck to you guys.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Be more considerate, ma'am.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the co-plaintiffs. The defendant has been ordered to pay $1,500.
Mom, this all could have been avoided.
That was junk.
Judge Mathis.
Bruce Gilbert is suing Laura Peters in the amount of $1,000.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may be seated.
Mr. Gilbert claims his now ex-wife posted a vindictive review of his marriage counseling practice and says the revenge post cost him future clients.
State your name.
Bruce Gilbert, Your Honor.
Ma'am?
Laura Peters.
All right, and sir, you're suing the defendant for $1,000, alleging you suffered lost wages after she posted a false review for your business?
That is correct, Your Honor. I am a marriage counselor. I've been a marriage counselor for 12 years. Laura Peters is my ex-wife, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
You know, we were married for 20 years. And as disappointing as it is, I did the best that I could, and we no longer made each other happy. We argued about everything. We didn't find time for each other.
Don't you know that that's necessary for a successful marriage?
I absolutely do, Your Honor, but I also know that I can't do it by myself. Also, you know, when you ask about my profession and my home, you know, those are two separate things. It's kind of like if you ask a mechanic to work on his own car. My marriage and my business.
What would wrong with a mechanic changing his own battery?
Well, you know, Your Honor, do you want to hear cases when you get home?
Don't ask me
from
questions.
work?
I'm asking you the questions.
Yes, Your Honor. I don't.
You should have the wisdom. I have the wisdom of the law to make the right decisions at my home. Yes. No, I'm not trying, but I have the wisdom, the knowledge, the training that allows me to successfully navigate things that deal with the law. It's unfortunate that with all this training that you have, you don't use any of it, or you don't feel that you have the ability to use it to navigate your own life and be successful. Do you think you have much credibility when somebody walks in your office and you're a marriage counselor and they just want to know, well, you know how marriage is, don't you? Yeah, I know how marriage. Are you married? Yeah, I've been married for 20 years. Then they say, well, those 20 years, are you still married, right? No, I divorced.
I agree.
Oh, I got the wrong counselor. Let me go. So that's what I'm saying. Yes, it does matter, both in your private and in your professional life.
In my defense, Your Honor, a marriage is a two-way street, and it's not something that one person can affect on their own. All right? My ex-wife did not meet me halfway.
How many years ago did it start going bad?
It started to go bad, I guess, in the 15th year, Your Honor. I wish that both of us could have taken the time to meet each other halfway, and we did not do that.
What was going on? What was going wrong with your marriage?
Well, we lost affection was one thing, and the arguments were over everything, every little thing. It seemed like that there was
He
nothing.
started all the arguments, Your Honor. He started every argument.
There was nothing that I could do that would make her happy.
She says you started all the arguments. Is that true?
She's certainly entitled to her opinion. I don't believe that that's true, Your Honor.
Did you start the majority of them?
No, I believe that it was 50-50, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. And you have a unique knowledge on how to handle arguments, though. You should. You should have a unique knowledge about how to handle arguments within a marriage. And you should be able to tell folks, walk away when you feel like you want to argue, or if your wife begins saying things that might provoke an argument. Walk away, or say, honey, please, let's not do this, or do something that stops that. That's you can try and back away from your knowledge and your profession all you want, but let me tell you that people, when I'm with them and they ask me about the law, if I can't give them the correct law and don't comply with that law, they're not going to recommend me as a lawyer to anybody.
I understand, Your Honor. Again, I have to say in my own defense that one party in a marriage can only carry half of the load.
Can walk away. One party can walk away. Not half and half argue. All right, sir, but I hate keep reflecting on your profession, but I have to, because she's a lay woman. She may not know how to handle conflict. It's less likely, it's very less likely that she knows how to handle a conflict in marriage. You've been trained to learn how to resolve conflict in a marriage. So when she says you argue most of the time, you admit to half of the time. Whenever somebody admits to something, you put another 20-30% on that. What are the arguments about for the most part?
We argued about everything, Your Honor.
Okay.
From what the weather may be outside that day to what restaurant to eat at. Whether or not there was a towel on the bathroom floor, and any little thing.
Well, there were some underlying problems there then. What do you suspect those were?
I believe that we grew apart, Your Honor.
Okay.
I believe that after 15 years, we began to grow apart.
Because you weren't spending time with each other, like you said.
That is correct. Also, not meeting each other halfway. There was a time when we both made every effort to make each other happy. We got married intending to be together for the rest of our lives. And both of us stopped working towards that goal. We decided that the best thing to do at that point would be a trial separation. We separated, and during that time, Your Honor, I met another woman. Her name was Kate. We exchanged phone numbers. We were at a bar one evening with some friends. And
that story didn't work for her, and so it's not working for me. Let me hear from you, and then I'll determine whether I'm going to buy that story. Go ahead.
Yes, hi, Your Honor. So we were married for about 20 years, and our marriage always seemed to lack affection from the beginning. From the beginning? From the beginning. We cared about each other as people, like we wanted to see each other win in our professions and stuff like that. But there's always been like a lack of intimacy between us. So when I found out...
That might happen years later when don't bother me, I'm in the bed on my side, I'm trying to sleep, don't be reaching over here, and
And it might be because of the...
40s, 50s, and 60s, or 50s and 60s and 70s.
It might have been because of so much arguing between us that we just lacked affection.
Correct.
But we were trying to make our marriage work. We separated for 2 months, and he called me up saying that he wanted to reconcile, and we went to dinner, and everything was going well.
I called you up to tell you that I wanted to talk about our marriage. Let's be clear about that.
Insinuating that we were going to get back together.
What were you all talking about when you first got there?
Well, we were just saying that we really missed each other.
Is that true, sir?
I did. That is true. I did miss her. I did tell her that I missed her.
So, the time apart had, I guess, absent make the heart grow fonder or something like that.
Someone said that?
Well, that's how I felt.
That's the implication.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
That's how you felt.
Yeah, I wanted to make our marriage work.
And he said he missed you.
He said he missed me.
You don't miss somebody you're really trying to bring to the table and say, I'm divorcing you.
Right.
That ain't how you lead out, sir.
So when he went to the restroom, and his phone kept ringing. So I looked at the phone and discovered that he had been communicating with another woman. So
How long had you all been separated?
For 2 months.
Go ahead.
So I do have screenshots of the messages that I can give to you.
Yes, let me see them, please, Amir.
So when I saw that, it kind of like set me off. I got infuriated, and I was ready to storm out of the restaurant. I told him, I can't believe that you've been cheating on me with another woman after we've been together for all these years.
Cheating implies that something physical or sexual was going on at that point, and it was not.
Well, cheating can be emotional or physical. And since we weren't living with each other at the time, I would assume that he was finding affection with the other woman.
How's your day going? This is from the lady.
Yes.
Better now that you text. Why was your day better after you heard from her?
We enjoyed each other's company, and she brightened my day, Your Honor. My ex-wife and I, at the time, were separated and living under separate roofs.
Do you say this to your buddies when they text and say, hey, man, what's up? Buddies who you enjoy hanging out with, do you say that to them?
I do say, hey, man, what's up?
You say that to men?
Not the part about that my day is better having heard from a man. No, Your Honor.
Why?
Men don't brighten my day.
Why?
Just, I guess, my preference, Your Honor. If I
Preference for what?
For who I choose to brighten my day.
Okay, so only this woman can brighten your day?
No, Your Honor, but men don't brighten my day.
All right, let's move on.
I did mention, Your Honor, when I said that I had met Kate, that I enjoyed her company and she enjoyed mine.
Every woman that texts you, do you say better now that you've texted? You tell every woman that?
No, Your Honor. That was specific to her.
Why?
Because she and I were embarking on getting to know each other better. And it brightened my day.
You had an interest in her.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right,
I
well, that's
agree.
what we're talking about.
I agree.
You don't tell a woman that you intend to divorce, I miss you. And you know you're misleading her.
I brought her to dinner that evening to tell her that I intended to move on with my life, Your Honor.
So why did you tell her you missed her?
We never made it that far.
Why did you tell her you missed her?
Because I did. I was married to her for 20 years, sir.
Coming up.
What are you suing her for, sir?
She wrote a review on my website saying that I was a cheater and did not follow the advice that I give to couples that I counsel, and that cost me 5 sessions, which would have totaled $1,000 in income. I'm sorry?
Someone told you that? They said,
yes, I actually have provided the court with the text message where the couple counseled.
Text message from whom?
That is the couple that I was going to counsel. That read her review.
We saw Laura's review on your page. I hope you can work through whatever it is you're going. They're counseling you. Your clients counsel you. This review, I hope you can work through. If you need a couple of tips, maybe we can help you out. No, it doesn't say that, but it does say, this review has given Jamie and I serious reservations. As a result, we will be canceling our 5 upcoming sessions with you. Best of luck to you. She was given a public notice, right? This was what they call a public broadcast. You know, like when you get an Amber Alert or something? She was giving these folks an Amber Alert. Watch out for them.
I had not cheated on my wife, and she posted that review out of anger when she found out that I was dating Caitlin. She did that specifically to impact my business.
How do you know?
Because it's not true. Because what she said was not true.
How do you know she did it intentionally to impact your business?
Because she said that herself. She stated that herself.
Ma'am, why did you post?
Laura Peters for lost wages.
What did she post exactly? Who has that? Let's see it. Do not go to him. He is a horrible marriage counselor who cheated on his spouse. Please save yourself the trouble. Now, he may not be a horrible marriage counselor. That may not be true at all. But he may be a cheater. But that doesn't mean he's not a good marriage counselor. It might be that he doesn't go by his own rules of his profession that he gives advice to. I might not. I might kick a client out. Get out of here. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, a lawyer is supposed to, or a judge, like you see me today. It's like sometime, anybody watch my show, they say, oh, well, he gets upset sometime. He doesn't follow the decorum of a courtroom, et cetera, et cetera. But I'll say that's what's supposed to happen. So that's what I'm saying. He can advise and not follow his own advice at home.
Well, Your Honor, I felt like the statement was true because he doesn't follow his own advice. And
he doesn't have to be a good counselor.
But if he's not being a good counselor in his own marriage, how could someone trust him to be a good counselor in their marriage?
If you had not seen that I was dating Kate, would you have posted that review?
I would have posted that review because I would have never known you were cheating on your spouse.
And the other part is, there's a debate as to whether that's cheating or not when you're seeing someone while separated. That's a subjective assessment. Different people view it different ways. You don't see you're separated for 2 years. Is it cheating when you got a girlfriend over the course of that 2 years, or you dating a man over the course of that 2 years? How long are you separated before you can cheat?
I think it just depends if the assumption is that we're getting back together.
All right.
We separated because we needed space from each other, not because we necessarily intended to divorce. But with the situation with the other woman, we didn't have a choice.
Yeah. Ma'am, I believe you posted this in retaliation out of anger for him talking to another woman or whatever he's supposed to have been doing with the woman. As such, I'm going to grant his judgment. You retaliated and hurt his business in the process. Good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $1,000.
Do you two have any final words for each other?
I hope that we can still be friends. We've been through a lot together.
I'm not sure about that.
Denise Bryson is suing Gary Lambert in the amount of $1,200. Ms. Bryson claims she built a she shed on her property and says it fell apart when her cousin moved it without her permission.
All right, ma'am. You are suing the defendant?
Correct.
For damage to a shed?
She shed.
And how do you all know each other?
We're cousins.
Oh, cousins. Okay.
When I built my she shed on my property, it is a place where I go, where I can read, where I can actually relax. It's a place where, I'm able to do my yoga and meditate, and I needed time away from my boys. I have 2 teenage sons, and there's a lot of masculine energy in the house. So I built my she shed on my property so that I have an opportunity to just get away from everything. I also collect lunch boxes. They're old vintage lunch boxes, and all of that is in my she shed. And when he decided to move it, he moved it off the foundation.
Without your permission?
Without my permission. He moved it off the foundation.
It's on
all
my
of the
property.
stuff, excuse me, I'm not finished. All of the stuff, when he moved my shed, fell onto the floor. Not only are my items are damaged, which are collectible vintage items, those items are very expensive. And so not only are those items damaged, I had to pay to get a whole new foundation put on. I had to pay for that, as well as put my shed on top of the foundation.
Did he admit to doing it first?
He did admit to doing that.
Why did he say, let me hear from him?
I told her many times that I don't want that there. She never had permission to put that shed there. And I also had a surveyor prove to me that it's on my property by 2 feet.
What does that do to your life? You not having that 2 feet. We know what it does for her life. What does it do to you? To your life?
It infringes on my rights.
What does it do to your life? How does it affect your feeling, your wherewithal, your life's being? How does it affect your being?
She never had the permission to put that thing there anyway. It's ugly.
So it's all about your ego being hurt,
it's not about
that
ego.
she has 2 feet of your property that you have no intention of using.
I wouldn't consider it ego. That's your opinion, Judge.
It is, in my opinion, is the most important opinion. So let's get back to the specifics.
He actually got the property surveyed after the fact that I placed my shed on the property. And again,
prior to removing it?
Yes,
prior
correct.
to moving it.
Right.
He went out of his way to try and scrutinize that little property line to see if where his property was versus yours.
Yes. I have results from a surveyor here.
All right, let me see the results. I'm sure you do, and I'm sure they're accurate. So, ma'am, it does look like you are 2 feet into his property. But did you notify her that you were going to move her property?
No, I didn't.
What made you think you could do it without notice?
I thought the right was incurred since the property does legally belong to me.
How will Judge Mathis rule? Find out when Mathis Court returns.
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Promotional consideration provided by...
A truck is a tool, but a Ram is life. It's the let's load up the ATV's life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's find a secret spot to fish life. Nice. Discover how Ram powers all the lives you live during Ram Power Days.
During Ram Power Days, get 4,000 retail consumer cash allowance on most 2023 Ram 1500 trucks. See your Ram dealer today.
If you have moderate to severe Crohn's disease, Skyrizi is the first and only IL-23 inhibitor that can deliver clinical remission and endoscopic improvement.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to. Liver problems may occur in Crohn's disease.
Control of Crohn's means everything to me. Ask your gastroenterologist about Skyrizi. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. It was a dispute until she determined that you were correct, or until a judge determined that you were correct. You had no right without notice to grab her property and move it without being clear with her why you were doing it. You touched her property. Your land is not the same as her property.
I told her on December 20th, something like that, last year.
That you didn't want it there?
Yes.
So if you've known for over a year, you should have given her notice that you were going to move it. Instead, you waited till she left town, and like a thief in the night, you came in and damaged her property by attempting to move it. Now, it is his property, those 2 feet, but he has removed your item, so that's resolved at the tune of $1,200. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $1,200.
However, I was right, in the fact that you did move my property without my permission. You should have asked me.
I didn't think that I had to ask you to move it because it was not my property to begin with. And I told you many times I didn't want it there.
Adriana Garcia is suing Marcus Clayton in the amount of $1,200. Miss Garcia claims her date wore inadequate shoes on a hike and says he lost his balance, knocking her phone into the trees when he slipped.
State your name.
Adriana Garcia.
Sir?
Marcus Clayton.
All right, Miss Garcia, you're suing Mr. Clayton for $1,200, alleging he caused damage to your phone?
Correct.
All right. How long ago did you all meet?
6 months ago.
6 months. All right. How did that go?
It was going okay because we have similar interests. Mm-hmm. He's a model. He's attractive.
Why are you doing that to me? I don't know anything about him.
Well,
are you asking me if he's attractive? You're asking me if I think he's handsome?
Well, he's a model. He likes to show off.
So is that what you did that for? Because he's just all right. That's handsome. That's model. All right, go ahead.
So I went on a date with him because I thought he was attractive. We have similar interests. It was going great. He told me about his kid. We decided to meet at this hike. It was 4:30.
How long after meeting did you all go hiking in this instance?
About 3 weeks.
3 weeks after meeting. All right.
Yes.
Are you going to give me some background?
Yes, sir. So yes, I did meet her on a dating app. I noticed that she was into wrestling, and I was a wrestling champion in school. Thought that was different because, most girls aren't into wrestling.
She missed that part. She was just talking about your look. She didn't mention that wrestling was an interest.
Yeah, she does content on wrestling. Most girls aren't into wrestling, and I was a wrestling champion. And then I reached out to her, and I realized that we was compatible.
You're a wrestling champion in high school or college?
Yes, sir. High school, sir. So I reached out to her, because she's beautiful as well. You can tell that she's beautiful.
Why you all keep asking me my taste? No, I can't tell none of his, sir.
I decided to plan a hiking day because she said that she's a competitive sports as well. And I wanted to test her out, see if she's really fit, So we meet up around 4:30. We get there, we plan it all out. It's about a 3-hour hike. So we start going up on the hike. We stop like twice in between. By the time we get up there, it's like 6 o'clock. It's the sunrise. We made it just in time for the sunrise, and I got a picture, Your Honor, right here.
Of the sunrise?
Of the sunrise.
I know how it looks.
Okay, just make sure.
Go ahead.
Yes. And then we're up there for about 30 minutes. We both took selfies. She did her content thing. And then after that, we start heading down. I was feeling real good. I wanted to get a good little stretch in, so I started doing these lunges. Started hitting these lunges real quick. I slip, I fall into her, I try to catch her. And then she falls, drops her phone, and we lose her phone. But it was not my fault, Your Honor. I tried to catch her.
Would she have lost her phone without you bumping her?
I mean, I tried to offer her.
I didn't ask you that. Did you hear what I said?
Yes, sir.
Would she have lost her phone without you bumping into her?
Possibly, sir.
How?
I mean, she
give me
was
some theories.
Some theories?
Yeah.
I mean,
since you say it's possible, give me the possible examples.
You're right, Your Honor. We're going down the stairs. She could slip down the stairs. She could slip on a rock, lose her phone. She wasn't using her backpack that she had on her. I put mine in my pocket for a reason, Your Honor.
Okay, so I should consider all the other possibilities that could have remotely occurred before saying that you caused it.
Yes, sir.
All right. So you see, looks.
I know, Your Honor.
You need to go a little further.
I'm going a
looks.
different direction.
You hear his rationale?
Yeah, it's not there.
He doesn't have good sense. It's Mathis. All right, let's hear from you, ma'am, about what actually happened with your phone and why do you think he's liable? Is it because he bumped into you?
Yes, he wasn't wearing appropriate hiking shoes.
He was not wearing the right hiking shoes.
He was not. He does hikes, apparently. He's into extreme sports. I assume that he would know what to wear.
Sir, you say you warned her about something I heard you saying?
Yes, Your Honor.
What did you warn her?
I had offered to put her phone in my pocket as well because I knew that we were going to go down the hike. I wanted to do a couple stretches.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want her to keep her phone out. You know, we just took 30 minutes taking selfies, you know.
But what does that have to do with you bumping into her?
Your Honor, I offered before I started stretching and doing the, doing my stretch and lunge.
He didn't hear what I just said. Judgment for the plaintiff, $1,200. You clearly, he was negligent and bumping into you with the wrong shoes caused you to lose your phone or damage your phone. Therefore, he was negligent in doing so. Judgment for the plaintiff.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $1,200.
I hope our next date isn't as expensive.
There's no next date.
We can head this way.
Lionel Mondrian is suing Stanley Apple in the amount of $3,900. Mr. Mondrian claims he paid for upgrades to his landlord's home while he was a tenant and says Mr. Apple refused to reimburse him when the house sold.
State your name, sir.
Lionel Mondrian.
Sir?
Stanley Apple.
All right. And, sir, you are suing the defendant for $3,900, claiming the defendant sold fixtures that didn't belong to him. So you're obviously saying they belong to you, because you can't sue him because he stole somebody else's stuff.
Correct.
Because you said them. All right. And, sir, you know why you're being sued, right?
The plaintiff allegedly paid for fixtures that I told him not to pay for, that I was not going to pay for, and now he's suing because he installed fixtures that I said I would never pay for.
All right, well, you look pretty serious about that thing, so I ain't got no reason to doubt you. Case dismissed. He got a smile, so I got to doubt you. He smiles, so he looks honest. First you sounded honest, he looks honest. So I'm going to let the case proceed. Tell me what's going on here, sir.
Thank you, Judge. Basically, I've been living in Stanley Apple's house for the last 8 years. Stanley retired, moved out to Florida. He was a little concerned about leaving his house in California. So I told him, don't worry about it. I'll be the tenant. I'll take great care of your house. I'll treat it like my own. The issue didn't come until when he was ready to sell the house. And that's where all of our problems began. Because we had a good rapport. I sent him my check every month. We never had an issue.
You didn't take advantage of COVID?
No, never.
Nobody paid their landlord during COVID. The law got them out of that.
Luckily...
You're the only one didn't know what time it was, huh?
Well, luckily I was still getting paid for my work, so...
So you didn't want to cheat?
I didn't want to cheat. I'm an honest man.
He wins. That's the end of that, sir.
And I appreciate that, sir. However, He installed fixtures. Fixtures means fixed. If they were not supposed to be fixed in place, they would be called removals. They're not removals, they're fixtures, which means he has no justification to remove anything that's a fixture.
Well, if I may, basically what happened was, I'm not saying Stanley's cheap or anything, but if given the choice...
He's not Stanley. He's Mr. Apple, I prefer. Don't you, Mr. Apple?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry about that. So Mr. Apple would always order or buy the least expensive products. And when I moved into the house, it had circa 1970s faucets and things like that.
If he didn't like that, he shouldn't have moved into the house. It's up to him. He took the house in as-is condition. There were no warranties that anything would be upgraded. Only things that were repaired were replaced, and that's what I did.
Mr. Apple, I've been with you for most of this case, but you're about to lose me. Seems like you've done this quite frequently.
I'm sorry, sir.
Seems like you've done this quite frequently. You've held this case together so well. Seems like you may have done this before with other tenants.
No, sir, I've never been sued in my life. This is the first time I've ever been sued, and I'm shocked, dismayed, and disappointed.
Well,
he's good.
Correct, but basically what happened was I replaced a lot of the faucets. I replaced the sink in the bathroom. It was, like I said, circa 1970s.
Give me the items precisely. Give me the exact items that you're suing for that you believe were to have been returned to you or paid to you for.
Okay. And I have evidence here of what before and after looked like. Oh, I need that. Sorry, and on the front list.
Something you needed?
Yeah, on the front is how much I paid for each item. Yes. So basically, the kitchen faucet, instead of, again, old type faucet, I bought a really nice, new style. New style that looked modern. This is, again, I plan to live there for a very long time.
How long was your lease?
Well, we kind of went month to month. So
what made you think what made you assume you were going to be there a very, very long time?
Coming at the time that Mr. Apple was going to be selling the place, he was happy with me, I was happy with him, and we just continued this agreement. And then Mr. Apple contacted me and said he's selling the house.
Let me ask, when you were having these items placed inside, each time did you ask him or inform him, I'm going to put some a new shower head in, I'm going to fix the sink, get new this and new that. Did you mention that to him?
At the time, we had an understanding that I would take care of the property, anything that needed to be done. So these were things that I chose to do.
When he spoke to me, sir, I told him that I would pay for a replacement, not for an upgrade. And if he wanted an upgrade, he would have to pay for himself. Specifically, I told him that. And that is what I expect him to stand up to. Also, I gave him an extra $5,000 when he moved out as a relocation fee. That should pay for any and all troubles that he had.
Well, that was relocation fee. That was because I wasn't planning on moving, and he said, I feel bad that you have to move. And there you go. He gave me $5,000 to help with the move.
Not obligated to do that.
No, not at all. But one has nothing to do with another. He contacted me. He wanted to sell the house. I said, "Don't worry. I'll make sure the house looks great. I'll show, help be there when people want to come and look at the house." I was very cooperative. Well, anyway, the realtor and the people came in. And they wound up buying the house, the people that were looking at it, in less than 2 weeks. And everything that they pointed to, the sink, the shutters, the modernized bathroom, is what sold them on the house.
Hardly.
So those are the upgrades. So he sold his house in less than 2 weeks because I put in these upgrades that the new buyers love.
Hardly. They got a bargain. They got a deal. And my ex-tenant, thank goodness ex-tenant, got $5,000 that he was not entitled to, and I gave it to him out of the goodness of my heart.
Right.
And this lawsuit is ridiculous.
Well, let me give you the law, sir. I've heard all the facts, and I've heard your rationale and your analysis. Let me give you my analysis and the law. And the law is you cannot remove fixtures when you either sell or move as a tenant. You can't touch the fixtures, and you should have had an agreement with him. Otherwise, you purchased it for your enjoyment, for your personal enjoyment. What he had there, when you agreed to this month to month, is what the benefit of the bargain was. You pay him this amount, and you get what you see. You decide, well, I want it to look better. You should have called him and said, hey, if I put fixtures in here, will you reimburse me if and when I move? Should have did that. If he'd have said no, you wouldn't get him. And so you have to have asked for him to put him under an obligation. Otherwise, the law says you cannot take fixtures with you.
The only thing I took with me, obviously I wasn't going to take the sink or the faucets or anything, or the shower head. That was all there. The only thing I took with me was a ceiling fan that I put up and a fixed light fixture that was above the dining table.
I'm not saying that you took those things. I'm saying...
No, I did take those and replaced it with the originals.
No, I'm saying the sink and all the things you've shown me that you want him to pay for. My point is, he doesn't have to pay for them, and you can't take them. You put fixtures in to his home by your own volition, without any agreement for reimbursement. So once they became fixtures, they were his. They were his. You put a toilet in, that toilet is his. You can't leave and say, give me my toilet. I'd fill it up for you. If you come to my house talking about give me my toilet, you get your toilet all right. Anyhow, that's the law. Okay. Can't take fixtures with you. I don't care who paid for it, unless there's a agreement ahead of time that that's going to happen. Any further comments or questions? No. Otherwise, your case is dismissed, sir. And you need to say thank you for upgrading my property.
Thank you, Mr. Mondrian, for upgrading my property.
And the man was there how many years?
He was there 8 years too long.
And this how you're going to do him?
I'm sorry.
8 years too long. He was all right until this.
Seriously, up until the end. I paid my rent every month. You never had a problem. I looked after
upgraded your property for you?
He upgraded the property for himself, sir, not for me. I didn't ask him to do that.
But it benefited you ultimately?
Fortunately, yes, sir.
Fortunate to you. Unfortunate for you. I wish I could give you something, but I got to go with the law. Okay. Good luck to you. Case dismissed.
All rise. Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's case has been dismissed.
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Margaret Silva is suing Rebecca Silva in the amount of $19,500. Miss Silva claims she gave her daughter money to put toward a new home and says the defendant deceived her, so she wants every penny back.
All right. And ma'am, you're suing your daughter for $19,500, alleging she lied about her lifestyle to get a down payment on a house?
Yes, that's correct.
Start with you.
Okay.
Can you give me some background on your daughter and her growing up, what type of child she was?
Well, overall, she was a really good child. She was really good when, she was full of love and happy, and she just was a beautiful child.
Was she an obedient child?
No, she wasn't always.
That's kind of more like what people want to know.
No, she wasn't always obedient.
Yeah, okay,
no, she always did have.
I'm happy, I'm smiling. Yeah, it's because they're getting high. That may be what you were saying. I'm asking about maybe the obedient factor. That's the issue.
No, she always had a little rebelliousness. She wanted to do things her way. There was a point when she was a teenager that she didn't want to go to school anymore.
There you go. Give me some background on yourself, young lady. You heard what your mom said.
I had a bit of a plan for myself, and it was a little different from the one that my mother created for me. I had always thought about maybe joining the military, and that's what I ended up doing. And
well, Your Honor, it's that I've cared about her safety, and I didn't want her to be in unsafe situations. So I was worried.
You're more safe in the military than you are in most inner cities.
I know, but...
And in this country, period. Go ahead, ma'am.
My mother had an expectation for me to join the education field and be a teacher, and I didn't feel like with the war beginning, I should be in a classroom of fifth graders, that I should continue to do what I was born to do.
Coming up.
So I was to move in with her into her house eventually. When my husband passed away, up correctly, some of the money had to go into probate. So I didn't want her to deal with that.
Was this a gift or a down payment on a home that you all would jointly own, or she would own outright?
She would own it outright, so she wouldn't have to go through the same stuff
So the
that I went through.
$19,500 was a gift?
It was not a gift. It was an agreement.
Investment?
It was an agreement. Yes, it was an investment in the fact that...
Okay, and what portion were you to own with your investment?
It would be where I would live later on in life.
If it's an investment, that's different from a gift. What was your understanding? Was your understanding it was a gift or an investment?
My understanding was that it was a gift, and that with this house, it would be the space where I would use to grow and raise a family and start my life. But this understanding was that once some time had passed and she needed to live somewhere where she couldn't be alone, that she would come live in this home with me.
Can I give him this? Let him look at...
Can she give this to me?
No, I don't want it.
Okay.
What are we here for today, then? Why does she want her money back?
She believes that we were under the understanding that I was going to have a family in this home, and she would like that to be with a man.
Mathis.
And I have started this home with my partner, Danny, who is a woman, and I'm in a relationship.
That's what this is. It's a homophobic lawsuit.
Yes, sir.
Got it. Okay. Your mom's a homophobe.
Yes, sir.
She wanted to change the terms of the gift because she didn't like the partner you chose. Did you tell her, Mom, we could adopt kids, or Mom, we can do insemination? There's a different way to have a family now, and that the only reason you don't like me is because you don't like same-sex relationships, but you'll still get your kids, Mom, if that's what you're so consumed with. I see what it is. Thank you for letting me know the real deal. This was so confusing until you let me know. It was a gift, ma'am, and you can't take a gift back. Have a good day. Claim dismissed.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been dismissed.
Mom, I hope you can come to an understanding that my life choices, my lifestyle choices are what make me happy. And even though they're a part of a society you might not agree with, I hope that eventually we can come to good terms and not be in this situation again.
I love you, and I'm sorry that we had to come here.
The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding.
In just 15 years, ma'am. Let me know when you want to go to rehab. Otherwise, I think you're a crackhead.
Absolutely not.
My goal is to inspire others to overcome their obstacles. You don't need him and his little raggedy roommate.
Thank you.
All while having a little fun on Mathis Court. You look like you're ready to lie right the first word out your mouth. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Carlos Hernandez is suing Tiffany Baker in the amount of $478.52.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may be seated.
Mr. Hernandez claims his girlfriend falsely accused him of cheating and says Miss Baker broke his sunglasses when she pushed him in a fit of jealousy.
State your name.
My name is Carlos Hernandez.
Ma'am?
My name is Tiffany Baker.
All right. And, sir, you're suing the defendant for $478.52, alleging your ex-girlfriend broke your glasses?
Yes.
All right. Start with you.
She basically, I met her a while back ago. We were dating. And she's just a very jealous type of person.
How so?
For example, when we would go out to dinner, she would just give me the eye. She would think I'm looking at a whole bunch of girls.
She ever caught you cheating?
No, never.
And didn't catch you, huh?
Did not catch me.
Oh, okay.
I never did anything.
That wasn't what you said. That's the answer you should have given the first time.
No.
That was the answer you should have given the first time.
But no,
you said you'd never been caught. And how long have you all been together, or were you together?
We were together for 4 months.
How many?
4 months.
Oh, well, no girlfriend.
No, we're just dating.
I'm just dating, right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, ma'am, you give me some background on the dating?
Yes.
Where did you all meet?
We met at Redondo Beach, actually.
On the beach?
Yeah, we were just walking, and I actually saw him talking to a different girl before we started talking. He approached me after that, and then we just kind of hit it off.
What did he say?
He said...
Approached you under what pretense? What did he say?
He asked me how my day was going, and just like asked what I was doing at the beach, and then we ended up hanging out that day and hit it off pretty instantly. So we became exclusive after like 2 months of dating.
So you thought?
Yeah, that's true.
But he said he didn't date anyone else, so
yeah.
He says you're right.
But in our first conversation even, he brought up how he was juggling like 2 women in his previous relationship. So
In
I probably,
the past.
Yeah, I probably should have taken that as like a red flag, but I just
That should have been a good flag, saying that he wouldn't tell me this if he's still doing it.
That's a good point, yeah. Throughout the relationship, he would always be talking to his ex-girlfriend, Mariah,
Michelle.
whatever her name is, and she was giving him gifts constantly. She gave him like a phone case, and then after we became exclusive, she gifted him this really expensive pair of sunglasses, the one that we're actually in court here for today.
How long did you all date, your ex-girlfriend? 20 years?
No. So she has been a childhood friend since forever, 10 years plus. And, you know,
That's not childhood. You weren't no child 10 years ago.
Well, we've been friends for quite a long time, over 10 years ago. And so
How long did you date?
We dated maybe 5 months or so. But it was very brief, So, but, you know, it didn't work out.
Did she give you gifts before you dated?
Yeah, because we've been friends, again, for years. So, you know.
What'd you give her?
I've gotten her perfumes, for example. One time.
Prior to dating?
Prior to dating, just as a friend. Just
okay. How many female friends do you have?
How many female friends do I
sir.
have?
Yes, sir.
Good question. Good
I don't know,
question.
I guess close friends, maybe 5 or so.
Do you give them all gifts regularly?
No,
So why was it her?
Again.
Do they give you gifts regularly? All these other 5 women?
I mean, if it's maybe something.
No, I'm not if. I'm asking you the facts. Not no if, not no speculating. Do these 5 other female friends give you gifts? And
Like
do
food?
you give
Yes.
those 5 other female friends gifts?
I mean, if it's, you know, birthday
if.
or so.
Has it happened?
Yeah, I mean, we do.
So
we do.
you're right.
I think what he's trying to say is no.
You're a dog too.
He's trying to say no.
But I mean, if it's just like food or something.
Yeah, you're right.
Like,
He's trying to say no. Right. And so that's the point that she and I just broke it down for you, but that's what she had in mind, sir. That you hadn't getting gifts from every woman that's just been a friend of yours, and a woman who you've only dated for 5 months is not going to start giving you gifts while you are dating some. She didn't believe it, and neither do I, and that's why you're in trouble, and you got to sue her for whatever she did to you, because clearly she did something to you. So what happened?
Well, basically the day of the incident means.
What incident?
The glasses that she.
I don't know what you're talking about. What is he talking about? He can't even tell me what happened.
On the day that he's talking about, he hadn't been answering my calls, my texts, and it was like 3 p.m. at this point, so I was honestly worried about him. So I showed up at his house unannounced. I knocked on the door, he opened the door, and there's the chain on the door, like he's hiding something. It seemed really sus to me. I was like, who are you hiding back there? Melissa? Mariah? Who's back there?
Michelle.
Okay. So he opens the door. I slightly walk past him to go see maybe if he's hiding a girl in his room or something. He stumbles over and falls on his couch because he's clumsy. He's always been clumsy. And he fell on his own glasses that he left on the couch and broke them. And I don't see how that makes me liable because I didn't know his glasses were on the couch.
Was there a woman there?
There was not, no. So I was wrong for that, yes, but I didn't break the glasses.
Sir, can you tell me what happened now?
Yeah, so I was just chilling at the apartment. I mean, she came out of nowhere because she tends to pop up to see if she could catch me in the act or so.
See if you can catch you getting one of those gifts from women.
So, I open the door. I have the chain on, of course. But I always have the chain on.
You've never had the chain on.
For security, but I always have it.
Does he have a back door?
No.
Or back window?
No.
Side window?
No.
You don't have any window?
He lives in an apartment.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, so I open the door. I mean, she's clearly upset. She's being very aggressive, yelling. I could see her peeking through the door, seeing if she sees anybody or anything in the apartment that is from a woman.
Any gifts?
Yeah, any gifts or anything like that. And so I tried to calm her down. I opened the door for her, and she aggressively just pushes in, barges
I did not
in.
push you.
You did. It was pretty aggressive. It was pretty hard. So obviously I wasn't expecting that. So I lost balance, fell over, and I, went on top of my glasses. So after that, she just ransacked the whole place, looking for somebody.
That's not true.
Things all over the place, and obviously she didn't find anything. We got into, after she had pushed me, made her break the glasses. She said, "Good. You mean you shouldn't have taken the glasses anyway?" And she had a smirk. She was like smiling. She was glad that happened, saying that I deserve for my glasses to be broken. Karma, everything. So we had a heated discussion. Basically just
She
broke
didn't
up with her.
apologize at all?
No, she didn't apologize. She was happy. She was happy that all that happened. She didn't
Because
care.
it came from the woman.
Yeah, from
Because there
my
was no
childhood
woman
friend.
there that day, so there was no reason to be angry once she came in.
Yeah.
But she was angry when she pushed in the door.
Yeah, she was very mad when I opened the door, and I thought, she could come in, we could have a,
Your Honor, can I say something?
a chill discussion.
So the reason for my anger that day was because he hadn't responded since the previous day, and we normally talked all day, and it was 3 p.m. So I was honestly I was jealous, but I was concerned as well.
Well,
So
if you throw in 8 hours for work and 8 hours for sleep, that's 16 hours he's unavailable. So those 4 hours he may have been tending to chores and then his other women. I'm sorry, his other things he had to do. The other things in life, his other obligations.
My duties.
No, but ma'am, he seems a very reserved guy. Sometimes people come across incohesive when they're somewhat of a reserved person. Don't have a smaller personality, if you will. Big personalities do. They're fluent and they talk a lot, etc. He doesn't give me that impression, but I was. That's why I had to delve further into your story and get more testimony out of you. I didn't get the impression that you're the type of guy that would fit the description that perhaps she has made, and certainly your temperament appeared to come across as a guy who is a decent guy as it relates to your anger, your response to anger. That's why I wanted to know what was said afterwards. How did you respond? What was exchanged? Then she jumped in to hurt herself by saying, well, no, I was mad. I was mad all day. I was mad all day, so that's why I came there. Yeah, I was angry. And then, yes, when you broke your glasses based on your allegation that she pushed the door in, it is reasonable. My job, when I don't have enough facts or evidence, is you have to listen to the testimony and make a decision based on who you believe is more likely than not to be telling the truth. And I believe it is more likely than not that you were angry, you pushed him out of anger, causing him to fall onto the couch and breaking his glasses. So it's judgment for the plaintiff, $478.52. Have a good day.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $400. Jacob Emerson is suing Paul Fernandez in the amount of $436. Mr. Emerson claims he let his friend stay with him out of the goodness of his heart and says the defendant left him with a clogged kitchen sink.
State's name?
Jacob Emerson.
Sir?
Paul Fernandez.
All right, Mr. Emerson, you're suing the defendant for $436, saying your ex-friend caused your sink to be clogged with grease and ruin your plumbing?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so tell me how he clogs your pipes.
Well, so my friend was staying with me for about a week last March, and every morning he was cooking breakfast. He would cook potatoes.
You all were
bacon.
dating or something?
No, just a friend, old high school friend. I was doing him a favor, letting him stay with me. Day after he leaves, I find some extra food that I think he left behind, and I have some of it and put some of it down the garbage disposal, and sink is clogged up and starts to smell, and I call a plumber. I also I submitted this to evidence. Here's a photo of the sink.
Please, Amir.
As you can see, there are some grease stains.
All right, first, what did you say to him?
To Paul?
I don't think we've spoken of anyone else today.
Yes.
So I don't know who else I could have been talking about.
I spoke to Paul actually after I called the plumber and had the plumber come to my home.
This was your kitchen sink?
This was my kitchen sink, yes, my kitchen sink. Kitchen pipes.
Okay, you didn't have a garbage disposal?
No, I do have a garbage disposal, but it got stuck. There were coffee grounds and the oil, the grease from the bacon.
You think he put coffee grounds in there?
He was making coffee the whole week. I get my coffee out. I don't make coffee at home. I like to get my coffee at a coffee shop.
Coming up, property damage.
Okay, sir, you tell me.
Well, I definitely wasn't pouring coffee grounds down the drain. And I don't believe that I'm the one that clogged his sink or broke his pipes.
Anything else?
I have the invoice from the plumber here.
Let's see it, please.
It specifically says the pipe was clogged with.
How long
food
after he left did you notice that?
It was the next day, Your Honor.
What did you think it might have been?
I did kind of think when something was going on, like, oh, maybe this was Paul, sometimes when things go wrong, it's often after he stays there, and usually he'll pay me back, but this time it's a bit more money, so.
Potato peels, that your garbage disposal doesn't eliminate potato peels? Eggshells, your garbage disposal doesn't eliminate eggshells?
The eggshells we try to get in the garbage, I remember.
Yeah, sir, these things go into the garbage disposal all the time. Eggshells and potato peels. You see them peel potatoes?
Yes, Your Honor.
For what?
For, sometimes hash browns.
Breakfast hash browns?
Yeah, breakfast hash browns.
You cook breakfast often?
Every day, Your Honor.
Okay, so what he says makes sense. Eggshells, potato peels, food grease from bacon, and coffee grounds from coffee. Everything he says makes sense.
It makes sense, but I wasn't specifically pouring coffee grounds.
So what'd you tell him when he asked you about it?
Well, I told him that I'd be willing to pay $100, $150 as much as I could.
You handle.
Well,
I cook breakfast every day. Every day, eggshells, potato peels, coffee grounds. You handle. You handle every single one of these things by your own admission every day.
Your Honor, that's true, but I don't believe that if some food did get down the drain when I was washing dishes or prepping the food before starting to cook, maybe some did go down the drain, but not enough to cause a clog or to damage his pipes.
If you did it every day, how long was he there?
He was there for 1 week, Your Honor.
1 week, so you did this every day. If you do this every day, yes, it will accumulate to a clog. Every day, just cooked every day. I cook breakfast every day. So, cooking breakfast every day, clogged his pipes. You got your pipes clean now?
Yes, Your Honor, they've been replaced.
All right, good. Good to hear that your pipes are clean.
Come over to my place. You cook, I'll clean.
Want to clog your pipes?
He cooks, I clean.
Judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $436.